Elisa and her friends are playing a round of mini golf. Their scores are in the table below. By how many strokes is Elisa beating Ben? If you're talking about someone is beating someone else in a game, whether it be football or badminton or swimming, their time in swimming or anything like that, if someone's beating someone else and you want to know how much they're beating them by, you're talking about the difference between the two scores. Like one person scored this person scored this. How much greater is this one than this one, the winner than the loser? So the difference between two. Since we're talking about Ben and we're talking about Elisa, you have to look at your table here. I have players and their score. Ben's score is -3 and Elisa's score is -7. We need to find the difference between the two of those. And how do we find that? We subtract. We want to know what the distance between those two scores is. So we do -3 minus -7. Or you can do -7 minus -3. We'll see if those problems have the same answer. When we are subtracting, our rules for subtraction, we're trying to change this into an addition problem. We're adding the opposite. We're going to set that up by doing KCC, which is keep, change, change. If you need some practice subtracting integers, there's a video on subtracting integers that goes over what keep, change, change is. I'm just going to apply it quickly here. So I'm going to keep that first integer the same sign. I'm going to change my operation from subtract to plus, and I'm going to change the sign of my second one. And then I'm going to go ahead and sing my song for addition, because now I have an addition problem, and I can answer addition problems for integers. I say, same signs, add and keep. Well, no, those aren't the same. They're different. So different signs subtract. So I'm going to subtract 7 minus 3, and that's 4. But I'm not done. I have to keep the sign of the bigger number, then you'll be exact. Which number up here in our original problem is bigger, the absolute value? If I had a pile of 7 positive chips and a pile of 3 negative chips, which one's the winner? Which is the bigger one? Well, 7 is the bigger pile, and it's got a positive sign. So it's not going to be just a regular 4. You're going to actually, it's going to stay 4. It's going to be positive 4. So how much did Elisa beat Ben by? Elisa beat Ben by 4 strokes. In the game of golf, you're supposed to be more negative than the other one, because I'm trying to get the least amount of strokes it takes to get that ball into the hole. So you're going to see some negative. If you're good, you've got some negative numbers going on. So it's not weird that Elisa's strokes is 7 below par, what they call it, and Ben's is only 3 below par. Sam's clearly not very good because she has 15 strokes above par, so she's just cutting all over the place. Now let's check and see if it works the same way if I start with a -7 and I subtract 3. Let's see. -7, keep, change, change. 7 minus 3 is going to give me 4, but this time it's -4. So would I win by -4 strokes? Well, it kind of in this situation, you're winning by strokes, and so Ben right here this is his score. Does he have the score that's winning? No, Elisa has the score that's winning. And so we need to see how many strokes are winning by. It's kind of like if we're subtracting these two, we have to think about what this means. So these are Elisa's strokes, these are Ben's strokes. She's -4 below what Ben's strokes are. She's still going to be winning by 4 strokes. So it's kind of interesting when you look at this problem this way. But you should be able to set those up and subtract these. If Elisa's the winner and Ben's the loser, you can figure out how many strokes she's up by. But it's not just a -4 answer. It's like, oh, well, she's -4. She's 4 below Ben, which means she's winning by 4 strokes in this case with the golfer. So it can get kind of tricky.